According to a body language specialist, Gwen Stefani has begun her own personal war on The Voice following the change in the coach lineup. Furthermore, she asserted that her pit bear gestures started as soon as Reba McEntire, a recent hire, arrived on set and started accepting her warm reception. Beginning on September 25, The Voice Season 24 featured Reba, 68, in the show's premiere. Blake Shelton's spot was taken by the singing sensation. She cuddled up and sang with Niall Horan, 30, and John Legend, 44, who serve as co-coaches. On Tuesday's episode, Reba and 53-year-old Gwen engaged in conflict over a few of the initial contestants. Before any of the competitors took the stage, body language expert Judy James declared that it was all systems go. Reba was seen presenting herself to the camera in an NBC Instagram video. James claims that she and Gwen had a frosty sit-down conversation. Gwen was dressed in an eye-catching checkered statement outfit, and she glided in, James said to the U.S. Sun. She lifted a lengthy talon and tapped as if displaying her claws at one point in the recordings. Gwen made a runway out of the stage. As she got to the finish line, she splayed her fists emphatically on her hips, appearing prepared for combat. She made a single, aggressively aroused, pit bear move. When Reba came, Gwen gave off her most stern and cautious appearance. James stated that Gwen escalated the attack when Reba showboated and declared she was channeling Blake. James continued, Gwen might have been missing her husband's presence on set. That is where they fell in love, after all. Reba gestured to Blake's chair, but Gwen's grin had way to an uncomfortable rictus. Gwen's body language was mixed while they were standing in a row, with her legs crossed at the ankles. She continued, this is a splay gesture that would typically suggest a desire to challenge. This was an additional instance of high-level arousal. Gwen enlarged her frame to make herself appear like a more formidable foe. Gwen looked like she had Reba at a job interview when the two women had a chilly-looking conversation. She assessed her as she sat there. Here, Gwen was perfectly positioned and grinning once more. Her hands are on her knees, but one of her long, recently manicured talons is raised here. Stefani was allegedly gunning for Reba, according to a source, as reported by Radar Online in May. Blake has been the king of the coaches since the start of the show, the insider said to the magazine. Gwen saw his departure as a chance to really shine and take over the reins. Shelton and the no-doubt hitmaker fell in love after she joined the panel in 2014. In 2021, they exchanged vows at his property in Oklahoma. Her ex-husband, Gavin Rossdale, 57, and she have 3 boys together, Apollo, 9, Zuma, 14, and Kingston, 16. In 2016, they got divorced. In 2019, Blake discussed his wife's competitive personality with Entertainment Tonight. She doesn't compete. She'll inform you first, he remarked. Shelton continued, right up until it gets competitive, and then all of a sudden she really is. James said that during the coaches' group performance, Reba and Gwen engaged in a battle. Gwen's knees bowed to make it appear like a challenge. They sang as if in a duet, she clarified. Instead, they split up to sing with the guys sitting next to them, and as Gwen started singing, Reba shook her head. This strengthened the atmosphere of open competition that was developing. A significant difference existed between the way Gwen hugged John and the way they hugged each other at the end. After making her statement with both arms, Gwen hugged him tightly. An air of coolness enveloped the two women as they hugged, their hands and arms rigidly placed. James hinted that Reba would challenge Gwen in this season's shows by drawing on her experience. Reba stated, "She is anything but a quiet new girl at school, but the other judges are all lovely off stage. She got right into it. Reba will fight for her cause with Gwen if necessary, and she will be dominant here."